Welcome back. In our educational video, we will work with you on a 3D robot today. Enjoy watching. Let's start by making the interface Essentials classic. And choose Rectangle tool, select Ellipse tool. Create a circle. Fill, none. Stroke, 20. Object. Path, offset path. -22. Selection tool, and select all. Alt-drag with left click to copy. Zoom in. Selection tool, select a circle, and select Scissors tool. Click. Click. Now delete. We do the same for the small circle. When creating a 3D circle, we have to cut in half. We apply the same operations for the other flat, slightly different. Since we will make another circle, we make a copy. Now, select Circle and click Curvature tool. It will be enough to grab the point below and drag it a little. Now let's continue cutting by selecting Scissors tool. Select the small line and stroke 1. Select all. Choose Object. And click Expand. Ungroup. Zoom in. Select Rectangle tool and create a shape. Shift, select the second circle, and then click -front. Again select Rectangle tool and create a new shape. Now, click Vertical Align Top to align the shape and daisy you created. We do the same for the other two circles. Let's give the colors we prepared before with the help of Eyedropper tool. First you need to select the shape you want to color, and then you can click on the Eyedropper tool once and click on the color you want to pop. I chose purple for the outer color of the 3D robot, blue for the inner color, and turquoise for the light. You can also make a different design. Now, choose Effect, and click 3D in Materials and Extrude and Bevel. Revolve. When you scroll down a bit, you will see the X, Y and Z commands. X -113. Y -25. And finally Z make -23. Now, click Lighting. For light adjustment, Intensity, 52. Rotation, -102. Do height, 25. Softness, 62. And finally Intensity, 146. Click Ray Tracing and select Render as Vector and render it. Let's continue to apply the same operations after grouping the other ons. Click Revolve. Let's keep the revolve settings as they are, we will only change the light values. Now let's click on Lightened. We give light and shadow the same value. Intensity, 52. Rotation, -102. Height, 25. Softness, 62. And intensity, 146. Click Render arrow and select Render as Vector and render. Good. Now, drag the object you created below the previous one. Right-click on Arrange, send to back. Perfect. Now let's group the third object and start the process. Select Object and click Revolve. This time the values are different, X, -105. We change Y to 23. Close. You can drag and drop the tab to the right-hand panel without having to close it. Now, let's shrink the work a little and drag and drop it to the left side of the robot. Let's create another object. Let's click on the rectangle and select the Ellipse tool and then create a circle. Create a circle. Now, let's cut the object in half by selecting the Scissors tool. Delete the excess parts. Fill, none. Stroke, 4. Object, X-blend. Color, purple. 3D in Materials. Object, Revolve. Lighting. Intensity, 52. Rotation, -102. Height, 25. Softness, 62. Intensity, 146. Render as vector in Render. Left-click and select Render. Let's click and drag and shrink it a bit. Copy with Alt key. Shrink. Click Rectangle tool. Create a rectangular shape. Selection tool. Copy with the Alt key. Again copy. Drag it over the previous one. Shrink a little. Let's give the bottom figure a deep blue color. Let's give the figure above the blue color. Rectangle tool. Create a smaller shape and change the color to turquoise. Copy 1. Copy 2. Copy 3. Copy 4. Copy 5. Copy 6. Select all. And group. 3D in Materials. Object, Plane. Click Isometric left. Render arrow, ray tracing, render as ifter and render. Bring it to the left side of the robot and at ear level. Click Object, Extrude. Depth 20 px. Presets, Isometric left. Rendered as vector. Drag to the left. Arrange, bring to front. Close panel and choose View, click Fit Artboard in Window. To add light to our work, let's click on the rectangle and select the ellipse tool. Create a new circle. Selection tool. Gradient. The first color is turquoise, the second color is black. Black color opacity 0. Click Transparer and select Color Dodge. Now copy and paste the light we made to some parts of our robot with the Alt key. Click Ellipse tool. Shape your circle. Curvature tool. Click Selection tool, then click Ellipse tool again. Create a new circle. Select the circle below it with the Shift key and click on -front. Click Object and edit Gradient. Click on Selection tool and select Transparer, opacity we can set it to 49%. Good. You can adjust the light according to you. This is not so important. Click Ellipse tool and create a new circle. Fill, none. Stroke, 14. Scissors tool. This shape we will make is completely special, you can easily create it yourself. For now, I create a special shape for myself by cutting the places I don't want with the scissors tool. Ellipse tool. Create a new circle. Let's cut the places we don't want with the scissors tool. Select all. Click Stroke and select Round Cap. Perfect. Zoom in. And select Rounded Rectangle tool and create new rectangle. Stroke, none. Click Fill, and select black color. Group the shapes you made and click Exblend. Object, Exblend. Again group. Let's click Fill and choose turquoise as the color. Let's steer the way we do, this time in a different way. Select Effect from the menu, click 3D in Materials and select 3D Classic at the bottom. Extrude depth, 0. Position, isometric right. Press OK. Now let's bring the shape we created in front of our robot. Good. Now let's lower the opacity a little. You need to double-click for this, and we can lower the opacity from the right-hand panel. Choose View, Fit Artboard in Window. You can fill in the missing light shadow values with the objects you have pasted. Now, let's select the body of our robot and all the objects in its body with the help of the Shift key and make a copy with the Alt key. That's it. If we want to interfere with this object and if we shrink it, it will have to render. If you don't want it to distort when you turn it, and now you're done with the 3D settings, select Object from the menu and click Exblend Appearance. That's how it no longer renders. Click Rectangle tool and select Ellipse tool. For a new circles, let's choose the color turquoise and create shapes in the form of small bubbles. Let's select the Selection tool and copy with the help of the Alt key and create multiple bubbles. Let's select 2 bubbles with the Shift key and make another copy with the Alt key. This way is ideal. Let's add the lights we made before to the bubbles we created. Finally, we can end our work by creating a special background and ambience. Thank you for watching if you've watched this far. See you in our next work. Take care of yourselves.